Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Excellency the Chairman of the State Council leads the Sultanate's delegation to the Indian Ocean Dream Association Summit in Jakarta. The inauguration of Al-Batna Express Highway will activate the touristic and commercial movement in the Sultanate. And the second annual Camel Race Festival is launched at Al-Bashair Field in the Wilayah of Adam. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman. Here we present to you the details of this news bulletin. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz Al-Madri, Chairman of the State Council, takes part today in the Indian Ocean Dream Association Summit held in the Indonesian capital, Jakarta. The summit discusses cooperation aspects among the member countries as well as the developments in the regional and international arenas. His Excellency, the Chairman of the State Council, left the country earlier today for Jakarta, Indonesia. His Excellency is accompanied by His Highness Said Nizar bin Al-Jaranda bin Majid Al Said, Sultan's ambassador accredited to Indonesia. His Excellency Sheikh Yahya bin Abdullah bin Salim Al-Fanna Al-Uremi, Head of Economic Affairs Sector at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and a number of officials. Inauguration of Al-Batna Express Highway is a premium accomplishment which will facilitate movement from and to Muscat shortened distances and activate the touristic and commercial activity in the region as the highway passes several touristic landmarks. The route runs through vast expanses of land which will open the way for the birth of new housing schemes and various economic investments in light of the rapid economic development in North and South Al-Batna. Citizens of this area expressed their comfort after the opening of parts of this highway from Barka to Al-Hazm, as only about 35 minutes is the length that can be cut away from Al-Khawd to Al-Hazm. Along Al-Batna Express Highway, a housing scheme was specified in Halban at 350,000 square meter area to be the first model of residential complexes which the government planned to implement in the upcoming phase. The bodies concerned are working to complete the legislative aspects for these projects before the end of this year and will inaugurate the e-connections for the real estate transactions next month. Halban also witnessed the inauguration of a housing project for 69 villas with all facilities at an area of 30,000 square meters to be submitted at the end of next year, with the partnership framework between the government and private sector in implementing various kinds of investments projects. The first day of the second annual festival for camel race taking place at Al-Bashair Field in the Wilayah of Adam witnessed a strong competition among participating camels, the number of which exceeded 700, which completed in 20 rounds. The event witnessed a wide participation from the members of the society. At the end, His Excellency the Wali of Manah honored those winning the first places. Reviewing suitable procedures to be implemented about foodstuff warehouses that lacks the elements of health safety and other parameters topped discussions of the Municipal Council in the Governorate of Muscat. During the meeting, they reviewed the suggestions of establishing a service fund in cooperation with private sector in order to contribute in developing a number of projects in the Governorate of Muscat. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Engineer Mohsen bin Mohammed Al-Sheikh, Chairman of the Municipal Council in the Governorate of Muscat. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. Bang Krachao is a kidney-shaped green space in Bangkok, home to hundreds of plant and bird species. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of Sultan Armed Forces, received Lieutenant General Thomas Beckett, Defense Senior Advisor for Middle East at the Minister of Defense in the United Kingdom, currently visiting the Sultanate. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial conversations and touched on a number of matters of common concern between the two friendly countries. The Royal Army of Oman shooting team won the first place on the general level at the 31st Light Weapon Shooting Competition. The event was organized by the Directorate of Military Sports at the Chief Staff Command of Sultan's Armed Forces. It came to develop the participants in using light weapons and select skilled shooters to join national and military shooting teams. Major General Matar bin Salim al-Blushi, Commander of Royal Army of Oman, honored the winners of first places in various competitions. A number of teams took part in the competition, representing Chief of Staff Command of Sultan's Armed Forces, Royal Army of Oman, Royal Air Force of Oman, Royal Navy of Oman, Royal Guard of Oman, Royal Oman Police, Engineering Services at the Ministry of Defense, and Royal Court Affairs. Improving the work environment between construction sector and public and private establishments and challenges facing the sector were topics discussed at the Constructors Forum. The event was organized by Omani Society of Constructors. The forum hosted the Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs to deliver the 3 work papers on ways to facilitate transactions in the construction sector and disposal of wastes resulted from building works in a safe way. The forum came amid challenges facing construction sector as being the biggest sector among all private sectors in the Sultanate of Oman. Oman Oud Hobbyist Association celebrated the 10th anniversary of its establishments. The association was established upon the royal order of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos in 2005 as the first Oud association in the Arab world. It aims to spread the musical culture in the Sultanate. The celebration included the launch of Omani Oud and some musical audio publications by members of the association. At the end of the event, the chief guest honored excelled members of the association and establishments that contributed to the success of the association's activities. The Minister of Commerce and Industry called for the need to adhere to the Omani standard specification for gas cylinders to ensure the safety of the consumers. Therefore, the Director General for Specification and Standards in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry clarified that it checked more than 26,000 gas cylinders in various governorates of the Sultanate. The Health Committee in the Wilaya of Muscat organized a walkathon to spread the culture of sports and fitness among the members of the community. The activities of the walkathon were held on the seaside road starting from Kalbu to Arriam Resort with the participation of various society segments including men, women, elders and children. The event also included a lecture to emphasize the importance of walking in preventing heart diseases, high blood pressure and diabetes, in addition to other chronic diseases. The Bang Krachao neighborhood of Bangkok, known as the Green Land, is one of the last remaining spaces in the Thai capital not to have been overrun by skyscrapers and shopping malls. Thai authorities recently pledged to preserve the area in keeping with the wishes of the late King Bhumibol, but environmental activists complain that more and more land is being sold off for development. More details in the following report.
Lying just moments away from central Bangkok, Bang Krachao is an oasis in the heart of the Thai capital. Covering an area of around 16 square kilometres, it's known locally as the Green Lung. Come here and it's not hard to see why. The area is home to lush tropical plants and gardens, and most residents still get around via narrow walkways through the trees. Was born in the area and now campaigns to keep the Green Lung green.
Bangkok is so hot, but when we come to Bang Krachao, the weather is cooler straight away because there are trees here. I think that's the best thing about Bang Krachao.
เป็นจุดที่ผมว่ามันดีมากๆของบางกระเจ้า
While much of modern Bangkok is a tangle of skyscrapers and highways, 60% of Bang Krachao is undeveloped. But its proximity to the city centre has made it attractive to investors, and soaring land prices have seen more and more residents sell up. Building projects are now a common sight.
The land belongs to my aunt. She wants to sell it because she is quite ill and she needs the money to take care of her health.
But conservation efforts are underway. Bang Krachao was popular with Thailand's late king Bhumibol, and in keeping with his wishes, the government recently announced a plan to preserve its wild character. That includes encouraging eco-tourism, such as this green hotel.
I visited here and was really impressed, so we wanted to build a relaxing place near Bangkok for its residents.
That change will keep coming to Bang Krachao seems inevitable, and old ways of life are rapidly fading away. Nonetheless, many hope it will remain a jungle in the midst of the metropolis.
And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Partly cloudy skies will prevail over the northern parts of the Sultanate, with chances of scattered rainfall on the Hajar Mountains. Low clouds and fog are expected over the Governorate of South Sharqiya and Al-Wusta. Winds will be south to southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Signed by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Excellency the Chairman of the State Council leads the Sultanate's delegation to the Indian Ocean Dream Association Summit in Jakarta. The inauguration of Al-Batina Express Highway will activate the touristic and commercial movement in the Sultanate. And the second annual Camel Race Festival is launched at Al-Bashair Field in the Wilaya of Aden. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin, brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. From the entire news team and myself, we thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and good night, all of you.